common sense to understand that. This is a backup account. My main account is banned. Chloe hating in there. Chloe, you're not a mod here? Hold on. Yeah, this mine, yeah. I gotta re-up on my moderations. But Drake said he muted her. Let's get my mod. Let me get my mods up. But yeah, so if everybody follow this account, because this is my backup account. My main is banned. So if you guys don't want to miss live streams, make sure you follow this account, because TikTok is weird and random, right? So follow this account. How you doing, Mazin?
Yo, what's up, man? I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Have you been listening so far?
Somewhat so, not so attentively, but I've been paying attention here and there.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you were quoting Surah Al-An'am when you said that God is dependent on a wife to have children, where it says he is the originator of the heavens and the earth. How could he have children when he has no mate? He created all things and has perfect knowledge of everything.
That's right.
So when you refer back to the father, do you mean he literally begot
as sons and daughters by belief, by faith? He adopts us into his family as his children. With Jesus is the only begotten son of the Father, so he actually proceeds from the Father's essence. So that's why he's the begotten son of the Father. But everyone else is son of God by adoption and relationship.
Okay. So the verse here is it's talking about
So those are two different things. Being above doing something and having the capability of doing something are two different things. I can be above doing something. That doesn't mean that I'm incapable of doing this, right? Like, for example, a king, it does not befit a king to mop and sweep the palace, right? It doesn't befit him to do that. He's a king. But does that mean that he's not able to sweep and mop the palace? He's able to sweep and mop the palace if he wanted to, right? Right? If the king wanted to, he can sweep and mop the palace if he wanted to, even though it doesn't befit him to do so, right? So similarly, and you're right, the Quran is clear that Allah is above having a partner and he's above having a son. But that doesn't mean that he can't do it. He could do it. Or he would need a wife in order to do it. So I'm not talking about what he is befitting of doing. I'm talking about what he's capable of doing. And according to this verse, Allah, it's not only is he above having a son or a wife, but he is incapable of having a son without a wife. That's what I'm focusing on.
All right, and okay, I get that.
I like you, man. You're honest.
Thank you.
So this is my conclusion, bro. This is my conclusion. If he's incapable of doing anything on his own, anything, he can't be God, because obviously God is independent, right? He doesn't need anything outside of himself to do anything. He can do anything, and rely on his own self, his own power, in order to do whatever he wants to do. Here, this shows that Allah is not all powerful because he needs a partner to do something. If he wanted to do this, if he wanted to take this action and have a son, he needs something outside of himself to do it, which means he's not all powerful and he's dependent.
Okay. Now I'm looking at Arabic. It says "Inna yakun lahu waldu wa lam takun lahu sahba." and like that's like not the whole verse, but the part you're focused
Yeah,
on. And
I got you. Yeah.
if you exactly like translate what that exactly means, how can it says how can for him how can there be for him a son, but not there is sorry is for him a companion.
Right. Right.
Sorry, I didn't make a mistake. I don't think so. So um, it's not like specifically saying he can't have a son. It's I
Yes, it
think
is,
correct me if I'm wrong.
brother.
Um,
Brother. It's literally saying he can't do it without a companion. Whenever something is a how can, that's literally dealing with someone's ability, someone's capability to do something. How can you do this? How can, right? It's talking about your capability. So when it says, how can Allah, or how can he have a son when there is for him no companion, that means he cannot have a son without a companion. He needs a companion in order to have a son.
It's tough, man.
but what I'm saying is it's because Allah doesn't have a co-equal compatible spouse.
Right. So he doesn't have a co equal compatible spouse. And so because he does not have that, he himself cannot have a son, which means he's not all powerful because he's dependent on a co equal spouse to do this. He's not all powerful. He can't do it by himself.
Yeah, because like if he's fully beyond having a spouse and there is no co-equal compatible spouse, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Just give me a second.
That's what you. But basically, what you're saying is, if he's above having a spouse and above having a son, but that would still lead you to saying he can't do it. You're saying if he's above it, he can't do it.
Yeah, Mazen, there's really no way around this, man. It's pretty clear cut. Solid premises, equal conclusion. You can't really get out of it.
Yeah, but like
So go ahead, Master. Go ahead.
if you look at chapter 39 as well, it says if Allah had intended to take a son, he could have chosen from what he creates whatever he willed. Exalted is he is Allah, the one that prevailing.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Very good.
Like the meaning behind that is God never did take a son because he had not willed it. And
Absolutely.
like and the verse in question in Surah Al-An'am that you're talking about, it like I know that it could be interpreted as such, but it doesn't necessarily state any relation between having a son and having a mate.
Are you kidding me?
Unfortunately, majority of translations like that sort of implication.
Stop. Are you kidding me? You're saying that 6101 Surah Nam has no correlation between having a son and having a companion? Really?
Yeah, because in the Arabic the word when isn't actually there.
Oh my gosh. You read it. Do we have to put it on the screen for all of us to see it? In the Arabic, it literally says, how can he have a son when there is how did it put it? When there is for him no companion.
No, I'm reading it in Arabic. The word when isn't actually there.
The word which? What word is he talking about? Mazen, it uses the word sahib.
When he has no mate. The word when isn't there.
One, like ONE?
What?
What are you saying?
No.
What word are you talking about?
It says, how could he have children when he has no mate in the English, but in the Arabic, the word when isn't there.
When you talk, when, WHEN.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. It uses the word sahib, right? So I don't know if he's gonna pull it up. I mean, I can look at it.
Yeah, but now, what does the word walam mean? Walam. Because it says in the Arabic it's while not, or in other words, when.
Let me go look at it. I'm
So
curious.
it's walam. How can he have a son while he doesn't have a companion?
Wait.
Oh, so Mazen, the word there, walem, while not, like
Yeah,
yani,
it's saying
len,
and
like, wait, hold on, Mazen, len, like will not. The way it's being used in the in this ayah is being so walem, like as a preposition, because you have lem, you have len, like these are negations. So it literally is being translated while not, and while not, wa lem,
Yeah.
and while not, like literally it says that. Hold on, let me go look at it again.
I don't know. I'm an Arabic speaker, and from what I know, walam means and why.
Yeah, walem tukun lahu sahib. So it literally says, and while it's a weird trend, but it does mean that the way they translated it correctly. And while he has not a partner, basically. That's what it means, sahib. And we know that this is related to like a companion of some sort, because even Muhammad, you guys call that first, like those people that were around him, Sahaba, right? Like those were his
Right.
companions.
Right.
All right. So we know that this is in reference to a son. It uses the word waladun, right? Like for a son, bro. So we know if we're talking about just comparing sahib with waladun, with a son, and we know that sahib is a companion, it can only mean one thing. I don't know why you're trying to go all around the world to try to make it say something it's not, but that's what it
Because you
says.
see the problem. How can, dealing with his ability, how can he have a son while not there is for him no companion? There's no way around this, man.
Okay, I'll give you that. I get that, but again, like I also have one more thing to say. Um, this verse is sort of, I guess, in response to those, like, as in Christians who think that Jesus is the begotten Son, and like I think Allah is simply implying here that this is like the biological process of human beings, and it doesn't like fit to the originator of everything.
Well, actually, no. So he's actually talking about the polytheists who are describing children to him. The Christians are not in this context, but no problem. I was still going with that idea of him begetting. This is a refutation to them saying that he has children. And he's not refuting that he can't, like the way that humans have children, he can't have children that way. That's not what he's refuting. He's actually affirming that the way that humans have children is the way he would need to have children as well. Because for humans to have children, a man needs a wife to have a son. So Allah does the same thing for himself. He said, how can you say that I have a son? I don't have a mate. I don't have a wife. So because I don't have a wife, therefore I don't have a son. That implies that Allah needs, sexual intercourse of some sort with a mate in order to have a son, just like humans do. So he's using their logic, showing, look, guys, you know that you need a wife to have a son. I don't have a wife, so therefore I can't have a son.
Okay, I'll give you that. Like that's a valid point, but we can also like from what I'm seeing is that some translations are have it as how I said it, and you can relate this to also another verse in chapter 17, verse 111, where it says, and say, praise to Allah who has not taken a son, and has had no partner in his dominion, and has no need of a protector out of weakness, and glorify him with great glorification. So why here even make that distinction between not taking the son and why not like make the same correlation here?
Because this is talking about his decision to not take on the son, right? And so I'm talking about his ability to take on a son, what he would need to do in order to take a son. So in order for Allah to take on a son, he would need a wife. That's my point. So these verses, so even the verse earlier that you talked about, right? Like if Allah wanted to take unto himself a son, he could have chosen from his creation and yada yada, right? That's talking about if Allah wanted to, he could have a son. He just chose not to, right? Now, but going further, Surah Anam, chapter 6, 101, tells us what Allah would need to do if he wanted to take a son.
Yeah, and what I'm trying to tell you is that this translation literally doesn't know justice. When you look at other translations, it does say that
He's going into bot mode, bro. I'm sorry. It doesn't have anything to do with the translation, bro. We read it in the Arabic, and it says it. Even when he pulled it up on the screen from your own corpus Quran, it literally says exactly what we said, bro. Like, look, just stop, man. If you want to, just go down and then maybe just look into it a little bit more, there's no shame in that. I mean, everybody doesn't know everything. That's okay, bro. But for the sake of your religion and for your brothers, please don't come up here and do, well, I won't say you're doing taqiyya, but just don't come up here and do bid'ah, innovating something that it doesn't say, bro. It's just not going to do you and your religion justice. I'm just being honest with you.
Give me 1 second.
This is a true problem indeed. It is a true problem indeed. You cannot have any more of my snacks. Those are my snacks. They're mine. True problem indeed. Whoa. I did not do all of that, bro. Come on, man. Make sure you guys follow this account. Like I said, this is my backup account. I see Muslims in the chat. I'm going to bring you guys up in just a second. Sounds like we got to a conclusion with Mazen here on this particular topic. But everybody follow this account. This is my backup account. Trying to build the following up for this one. My main account is banned. Got banned yesterday. So when my main account gets banned, I will be going live on this account. So make sure you guys follow this account. Follow Shubahat so that you guys don't miss anything, okay? And don't forget that this is me. You know? I know the name is foreign to most of you, but this is it. This is me, guys. So go ahead and give the account a follow. Don't forget to do that. Hit that follow button right now so you guys don't miss this stuff. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the next guest.
Yeah, let me get in here. Let me get in here. Peace, everybody that's in the room. Thank you for allowing me in.
Get on in here.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? God bless.
Yeah, I'm listening, man. My biggest thing is, bro, you need guidance, man. That's the biggest thing is guidance. You study Quran.
I agree.
And you speak blasphemy. You speak blasphemy. You get what I'm saying? So you sit here and study Quran, and you're gonna be judged, right, for everything that you're saying, because you're not just being recorded on the internet. You're being recorded by the angels.
Facts, facts.
Khalif. Wait, bro.
So hold on,
What is he saying? Wait, hold on. Hold on,
Because
Khalif.
the brothers say
Wait,
facts,
Khalif.
and
Wait, hold
if
on,
you
bro.
know what
Just
facts
relax.
literally
Khalif,
Let him cook. I
means,
mean,
bro.
let
you
him
know you
cook. I
speaking
mean,
truth.
Hold on, wait. But to me it's strange because what have we said? All we're doing is reading your book. That's literally what it says. So
So
what's the
it's not
blasphemy?
so.
Huh?
You
It's
cut
a
out,
book.
bro.
It's a book for all humankind. It's just not my book. So it's books for the whole ummah, which is everybody, black, white, Chinese, whatever your creed is. So it's just not, you don't make a broad statement and say my book. It's everybody's book. It's everybody's book. It's on you to accept it or not, which again is your belief system. That's your hawk. If that's what you guys choose to do, which is fine. I just want to set a reminder for you and
yeah,
let you know that you're being recorded.
right.
So everything that you're saying is being recorded, just not on the internet by the angels. And when those angels come on a day of judgment, which is Yami Kiyama, you're gonna be
Yama
asked these
Kiyama?
things.
Yama
Yeah,
Kiyama?
Yama
you know what
Kiyama,
you know what that
man.
is? Right, the day of
Yeah.
judgment.
Bro, that's Judgment Day, bro.
The day of
Yama
That's what I
reckoning,
Kiyama?
just
man.
said. That's what I just said.
That's when
So
he
you
gonna feel it.
understand. So you
That's
I'm
know
when
not,
he
what
gonna
Yama
feel it.
Kiyama is. If you know what the
I'm
day
not
of
gonna lie,
judgment
bro.
is,
You spitting some fire right now. I'm not gonna lie,
but I'm just
bro.
saying. But I'm just saying, if you understand what the day of Yama Kiyama is, the day of judgment, you're gonna be asked these things, and then you're gonna have to ask. You're gonna have to. Excuse me. You're gonna have to, answer those things, and then it's just not you. It's gonna be your limbs. It's gonna be everything that's gonna justify for you, bro.
All right, so can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Okay. So I hear what you're saying, man, and I'm gonna have to face Judgment Day for what I'm taking account for.
For everything.
Yeah, for everything.
Everything.
Now,
Speech,
this is something,
actions,
as I'm saying in the
anything you
Quran,
withhold.
Caliph,
Yes.
hold on a second, bro. Hold on a second.
Yes.
So I found this particular issue that I have in the Quran about Allah needing a wife to have a son. And for me, that shows that there's no way he's God because he's not all powerful. How
So
how will I be judged on that account?
so Allah is nothing like him. He's one. He's Ilah, not Ilahaz. He's not more than one. He's one. He's Witr, right? So
He's
again,
what?
he's Witr, meaning one. One,
Witzer?
right? Witr, Witr, one.
Witzer. Got it.
Okay. So now you're saying that because he, not saying that he can't have sex, right? Or you're saying that because he chooses not to have intercourse or make a child through
I'm saying he
seed
needs
and
it.
egg, right?
The Quran
Again,
says he needs it. The Quran says he needs to have sex with a wife in order to have a son.
so what I'm stating is, right? God is one, right? So he's nothing like us. He's nothing like his creation. He's nothing like the
Then
angels.
why does he need a wife to have a son?
Are you going to let me finish saying what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah,
want to answer. I want to answer
I
you.
hope
I
you
want
deal
to
with
answer your
that.
question. I want to
Okay, go
answer your
ahead.
question, but I just want you to get the facts behind what I'm saying before I answer it. Right? So
No,
he's
please.
one.
See, that's not how it works, bro. Like, if
All right.
for me to learn,
So you're saying so you want me to answer your question. So to answer your question,
yes,
the answer your
yes, please.
question, God is one. Nothing is like him, right? So there is no need for him, again, to have sex with any of his creations to create a child when he's the creator. He's the
Got you.
creator.
But the
He's the
Quran
creator.
says that though. All right, so deal with this for me. I hear what you're saying.
All right, let me quote.
However, the Quran says something otherwise. It says, "How can he have a son when he doesn't have a wife?" So that means he needs a wife in order to have a son, bro.
Alright, so yo, can you just go to chapter 17, verse 111? My guy. Just
You already quoted it. What's the
yeah.
relevance of that?
So what it's saying is it makes the distinction between taking a son and taking a partner in dominion. And another thing is some translations also make this distinction here, and I understand this translation doesn't exactly do that. But what I think, in my opinion, what Allah is doing here is that He's like sort of like given multiple reasons for his decisions, where like also in other verses, like in chapter 19, it says when they say the most beneficent Allah has begotten a son, indeed you have brought forth said a terrible
A grave thing. A grave thing. So again,
Yeah.
what it's stating is Allah is one, right? For him to mingle with his creations, such as angels, right? He doesn't go and get the answers from the angels. He doesn't get the
You guys
answers
aren't
from the
dealing with my
jinns.
question.
Maybe.
You guys aren't dealing with my
Another
question.
thing is that he
Why?
has
Stop. You guys aren't dealing with my question. I can't let you guys waffle for too long.
This
Why?
not a waffle.
Okay. Please deal with the question directly then. Why does he need a wife in order to have a
doesn't need
son
a wife. He
according
doesn't
to the
need a wife.
Quran?
He doesn't need a wife.
All right, I got you. All right,
He
so
doesn't need a
answer this for me. Answer this for me, okay? If I say, how can I drive the car when I don't have the keys? What, according to that sentence, what do I need in order to drive the car?
You need keys, right? That's
All
common
right,
sense.
beautiful.
That's common sense.
I agree.
That's common sense.
All right. So when the Quran says same sentence phrasing,
Not the same sentence.
how can he have a son when he doesn't have a wife? According to that sentence, what does Allah need in order to have a son?
Well, we already know that. So we're talking about so when you say Allah, right? Translated in English as God, right?
This is crazy, man.
Hold on. When
This
you
is
translate
wild,
this,
bro.
hold on, no, because I want you to understand it, because you have to break down the differences.
Hey,
Because you're
Kyler,
saying
man, I love your energy, bro. I love your spirit, but unfortunately, you're not able to engage with the conversation. Unfortunately, bro. So I gotta move
appreciate
on.
you letting me in. May God guide you, man.
I appreciate it, man.
My man Avery said, that's a no for me, dog.
That's a no for me, dog. All right, let's see if someone else.
Remember, y'all, Allah is one. Just remember that.
Remember that. Let's see.
Omni said he's speaking in rhetoric, so it's a rhetorical question.
He's speaking in rhetoric.
Yo,
Rhetoric.
What's up, Habibi?
what up, bro?
Nothing much. Have you been in the conversation a little bit?
I just got in like 5 minutes ago.
Okay. So
What
the problem
verse?
is that
What verse does it say that he needs a son, or he needs a wife to have a son?
chapter 6, verse 101.
That chapter 6, verse 101.
Yes. Man, we're doing record numbers in this live, man. I haven't hit 300 people in this live on this account before.
6101, get the job done.
Everybody follow this account, guys. If you guys don't want to miss lives, when my main account is banned, make sure you follow this account so you don't miss lives like this. All right? Follow this account.
Word up. Word up, son.
This is my backup. This is my backup account. All right, Rashad, you'll come up after Habibi. Habibi.
That's my boy Rashad, bro. He a good dude. He might I know him. Me and him been talking offline for a little bit, for a couple of years actually. He a good dude, but he get a little passionate sometimes. But I think he'll be able to at least engage.
I mean, you said that dude Quran is a good dude.
That's my boy too. He good. He just I don't know.
No, like he cool. He cool. There's nothing like bad about him. He cool. He just
sometimes he don't be answering questions directly. I ain't gonna hold you. That's my boy.
I understand your argument about what you're trying to make, but the way it's being said is, if he were to have a mate, who would his mate be? So if he has, how could he have a children if he has no mate? There's no mate there to begin with.
But
So
does he
therefore,
need
he can't
one?
have children.
No, therefore he could still create things, but it's not saying, it's just basically saying there was never any mate for him to create any children or to make children. If he's God alone, then he's able to create anything.
Except a son.
So God didn't create you.
I'm not Allah's son, though, right? I'm his creation, but not his son, right?
That's what I'm saying. But
The question is
talk
about
about son.
sonship.
what happened?
The question is about sonship. Can Allah have a son? Not can he create people?
Right, but my point is everybody in the human race is a creation of God. So and
Are they
the
sons of God?
no, there's no son of God.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about sons. What does he need in order to have? What does he need in order to have a son, according to that verse?
He needs anything.
Consort.
The point the verse is trying to make is in the history of all the biblical Quranic Abrahamic religions, when has God ever had a mate?
Never.
All right then. So the point I'm trying
But
to
guess
make.
what? But wait, guess what?
Don't do it.
What?
According to all biblical history and all biblical writings, God is able to have a son without a mate. According to
In the
Quran,
New Testament or Old Testament?
both.
Okay. And was the Bible created by
Brother, don't do this.
huh?
Yeah.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Stay focused, please. Stay focused. Okay.
Hey, life, you don't get banned, bro, because you're in the car. Just letting you
I'm
know.
not moving.
Go ahead with what you were saying, bro.
I'm serious,
Take
bro.
that seatbelt off, please.
I just took my seatbelt off.
Nice. Now we got all the brothers on cam. That's what I'm saying.
Now I'm afraid to get banned, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. So I'm gonna have to go off. I mean, I don't get hurt like that anyway, so sorry if they ban it.
Nah, yo, word, son. Word
So
up.
look, I mean, for according to the Quran, in order for Allah to have a son, what does he need?
It's not saying he needs anything. He's saying there was no mate to begin with. He has no mate. And
Which means that he doesn't have. So when because he doesn't have a mate, therefore he doesn't have what?
I understand what you're trying to say. But you're taking the sentence out of context.
Well, I'm actually taking it in context. They're attributing sons and daughters to Allah. And Allah's response to them, his refutation to their claims that he has children, is that he doesn't have a partner. So if he had a partner, then they could make the case that he has children because he has a partner. But because he has no partner, it's impossible for them to make the case that he has a son, because that's what he needs to have a son.
Okay. So we can both agree that he has no partner, and if that's something God would need to have a son, then wouldn't that debunk the whole thing of him having a son if there's no mate to begin with?
And Islamically, yes. Islamically, because Allah needs a mate to have a son, and he doesn't have a mate, he doesn't have a companion.
It doesn't say he needs
That means that he doesn't. Okay, so for example, let's do this. I've used this example. I think it's the easiest one for us to understand. If I say, how can I drive the car when I don't have the keys? What, according to that sentence, what do I need in order to drive the car?
Okay, I understand where you're going, but let's just say my
You
car.
got to answer, man.
No, I already know. The answer is the keys, obviously. But now let's just say the car was all powerful, was able to do anything creative, everything, and the car didn't need keys to create. Or
Wait, the car is all powerful and it created everything?
it's an example, though.
You're missing the analogy. I'm the person. I'm the user, not the car. So, car is the object. Okay. And as you said, so I'm supposed to be the all powerful one, right? So imagine I am all powerful. Would I need keys in order to drive the car if I'm all powerful?
Say that again, my fault. That shit cut out.
If I'm all powerful, would I need keys in order to drive the car?
No.
Exactly.
If we're putting you in the same category as God, no.
If I'm all powerful. So it wouldn't make sense for me to say, how can I drive the car when I don't have the keys if I'm all powerful, right? Because I don't need keys
Let's put it like this.
to drive the car.
Let's
Right?
put it like this, because the way you just explained it, you're now factoring yourself in the thing. So now let's just say the car, for example, would be God.
No, brother, please, I need you, please stick with the example and let's deal with this.
I'm sticking with the example, but listen.
Okay, so please stick with what I just asked because you're not answering. Okay,
right,
so now I got to hold you down to it.
Go ahead.
If I'm all powerful, would it make sense for me to say, how can I drive the car when I don't have the keys? Will it make sense for me to say that if I'm all powerful?
I understand, but no, it wouldn't make sense.
Thank you. Because the sentence entails that I need the keys to drive the car, which would mean I'm not all powerful if I need the keys, right?
Okay.
So same sentence, same phrase, same phraseology, just now substituting the characters in. Allah, who's supposed to be all powerful, says this: how can he have a son when he doesn't have a companion? So if Allah's all powerful, it does not make sense for him to ask that question. It doesn't.
All right, so
Because he wouldn't need a partner to have a son. He could just do it by himself.
I get your point.
Okay, so this shows that he's not all powerful.
If we're talking about logically, that would make sense. But now let's just say, for
logic, baby. It's God logic, baby.
I understand, but now let's just say the keys were never in the picture. The car starts whenever you want it to start, or the car doesn't need the key. Never needed the keys to begin with. All right. So that being said, if the car is quote unquote God, for example,
the car is not God, man. I'm the one who.
Bro, come on, listen. Let me finish what I'm saying.
All right, go ahead.
If the car, using this analogy, if the car never needed the keys to begin with, the argument would be why would he need the keys in the first place?
Who's the he in your analogy?
Well, that would make Allah ignorant, because if he's all knowing, he wouldn't ask a question like that. So you're saying that the car is keyless, aka push to start. Well, then he wouldn't ask the question of how can I drive the car without the keys, because then he would already know, and it would literally just be a dumb question. So it wouldn't that wouldn't even make any sense in comparison to what
the question's not for Allah. The question's for humankind, the human race.
It's a refutation to the human race. Do you understand?
So elaborate that a little bit more then.
Okay, so for example, imagine if someone accused me of driving this particular car. They accused me of driving this car. They said, Avery, you drove this car. And my response to them is, what? How can I drive that car when I don't have the keys? Which takes since I don't have the keys, it takes any possibility of me driving that car. It takes away any possibility of that happening because I don't have the keys. So I'm refuting the accusations against me, the claims that I drove the car. So similarly, Allah is refuting the claims of these polytheists that he has children. You have children, Allah. You have sons and daughters. His response is, what? How can I have a son when I don't have a wife? When I don't have a companion?
Boom.
So him not having a companion takes out any possibility of him having children. It's a refutation to their claim.
Okay. But now if we go to the Bible, when they say that,
why are we going to the Bible?
I'm just saying because they do mention in the Bible that Jesus is somewhere in there that is God's only begotten son.
We can go there a little bit, bro. But first, let's complete this. And then we can go into Christian theology and show you what it means for Jesus to be begotten son and all that, how that works. I promise we can go into that. First, let's conclude on this.
No problem.
Okay. So do you see what the problem is? Like, with this statement or question that Allah is using as a refutation to the people saying that he has children, he's showing that in order for him to have children, he would need a partner in the first place. But he has no partner. He's above having a partner. There's nobody like him. There's no one in the vicinity like him. So therefore, because no one like that exists, he can't have a son.
Okay, so how do you make babies, bro?
With a partner.
All right, then. God has already claimed that he doesn't have any children. If there's no mate involved, there's no reason for him to have a mate to make children.
Well, okay. If he doesn't have a mate, then he doesn't have the ability to have children, right?
Not true. Not if he's all powerful. He's God, bro.
I agree. See,
you're misinterpreting. You're misinterpreting.
Habibi, I love the point that you brought up. I love the example that you brought up. If in order to have children, we need a partner. Humans do, at least.
Right.
And then you correlated that with Allah. If he doesn't have a partner, there's no point of children. Well, it's not just simply that there's no point of children, it's that he can't have children. But you're saying, no, but he could if he's all powerful. I agree. Which is why this particular verse shows that he's not all powerful and he's not God by default. Because he needs a partner to have a kid.
But that's not, you're misinterpreting it, bro. It's not, he's not saying he needs a mate. The sentence is saying that, basically saying there was no mate to begin with.
That's not what it says. That's not what it says.
No, that's not what it says, but that's how you're supposed to interpret it. There was no mate.
Let's keep doing it this way. I'm going to give you a few more examples. Let's see if any of these examples it lines up with how you're trying to understand it, okay? We already did the keys example. Let's do another one. How can I plant the tree when I don't have land? According to my sentence, what do I need in order to plant the tree?
Seeds and land.
Thank you. So I need land to plant the tree. Let's do another example. How can I walk the dog when I don't have a leash? So according to my sentence, what do I need in order to walk the dog?
The leash.
Beautiful. Let me put it this way. If I said, how can I have a son when I don't have a wife? According to the sentence, what do I need in order to have a son?
I understand what you're saying, but
Finish it.
Finish
it.
Come on, man.
Your argument.
Finish it, Habibi.
Come on, man.
There's no way he just did that, bro.
But I can read the verse right now. I'm looking at the verse in my physical.
Habibi, finish it. Finish it.
I said it. It's you need a wife.
According to the sentence.
But nowhere in the Quran says he needs a wife. It doesn't say he needs a wife.
And nowhere. And guess what, Habibi? In the sentence that I just structured, did it come out of my mouth that I need? Did the word need come out my mouth? That I need a wife to have a son? Did that come out my mouth?
You're claiming though that the Quran says he needs a wife to have a son.
Did I say out of my own mouth that I need a wife to have a son? Did I say that?
I mean, I honestly don't even recall, to be honest.
All right, so I'll repeat it. It's okay. That's fair. I'll repeat it. The sentence goes like this again. How can I have a son when I don't have a wife? Now, according to that sentence, what do I need in order to have a son?
Right. You need a wife, but the way you're saying it is more so like...
Did I say that I need a wife?
Like, how can I have a son if I don't got a wife? That's how you saying it. That's not the context of the Quran.
Wait, now, hold on, Habibi. Did it come out of my mouth that I need a wife? Did I say I need a wife?
No.
No, I didn't. But you understand from the phrase of the sentence that I'm saying that I need a wife in order to have a son by the structure of my sentence when I say, how can I? How can I do this if I don't have this? That means I'm saying I need this in order to do this. So just like how you understood from my sentence that I need a wife in order to have a son, you got to be consistent. Allah, I just repeated the verse. That's all I did is repeat the verse. So Allah needs a wife. Based on that sentence, Allah needs a wife in order to have a son.
Is he trying to claim that Allah is basically implementing a thought-provoking question?
No, he's not.
Then
No.
what is he? Then what is he? Then what is he claiming? Then because he's saying,
Well, let's see. Let's see. It seems like we might have gotten somewhere just now. I don't know. Let's let this simmer. All I did remember, Habibi.
You're logically speaking, what you're saying makes sense, but that's not how the Quran is producing that sentence.
Quran's not logic.
That's not what I said either. I didn't say that.
So what does it mean then? Because we're going in circles now. What you tell us?
If I'm saying, how can I have children if I don't got a wife?
Okay,
That's different. That's different than how could he have
That's
children?
what it says.
No, how could he have children when he has no mate?
This is crazy. That's
Hey, man,
lit,
you got a
bro.
Quran in front of you, bro?
so what is it?
Habibi, that's literally.
Hold on, wait. Let him finish his thought. What? Okay, so what does it mean? Because you repeated the same thing, but you weren't allowed to conclude. So what does that mean? Okay, fine. If you said it, then what? What's the meaning?
There was never no. He doesn't need a mate. There was never no mate for him to need to have to create.
So the meaning. So you're claiming the meaning is he's saying he doesn't need a mate.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Wow.
So him saying so Allah saying as a refutation to people saying he has a son, he says, how can I do this if I don't have a?
No, he's not saying how can I? He's saying how could he have children when there's no wife? There's nobody.
That's
in the
literally
picture.
what the.
No, but there's
That's
nobody
literally what the verse
in the
says.
picture.
He just said,
There's nobody.
I'm sorry.
Okay, listen to what he just said. He just told me that it's not. He didn't say how can I, and then when he opened his mouth, that's exactly what he said.
No,
So-
it's saying how could he have children when he has no mate?
No, wait, life. He's saying this. Look.
That's not- that-
So he's missing. So he's missing the complete premise. He's thinking we're saying something else about the verse that we're not actually saying. The crux of the argument is God all powerful? The Quran says if he's all powerful, the question then becomes if he is all powerful, because you would obviously say yes. The Quran then says there is something that he actually cannot do. So therefore, how can you be all powerful if you cannot do this? The Quran says, how can he have a wife? I mean, how can he have a son if he does not have a wife? This is something that Allah cannot do. Therefore, Allah is not all powerful, making him not God. That's the argument.
It's not saying he needs a wife to have a son. It's not
I
saying
don't really
that.
know what else to say at this point. This is crazy.
Yep, that's it. All right, Habibi, man. I appreciate your attitude, man. I enjoyed. You were respectful. I enjoyed the back and forth. I'm gonna go ahead and try someone else, man, to see if they want to contribute. All right.
All right, man.
Thanks for coming.
God bless.
That's absolutely insane. Him saying, how
Amen, you
can
stupid,
I
my
do
nigga.
this?
Amen, you stupid, bro.
Wow. Manifest, bro. That's manifesting at its finest. Hey, bring up Rashad, though.
Hey, I mean, what you do to him, man?
He was talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he said, life, you stupid.
He wasn't talking to me.
You said
Oh.
you're stupid.
He wasn't
Damn.
talking to me. Hey, I know he wasn't talking to me.
Damn, I guess I'm stupid. Wait, hold on. I'm stupid. Yet the Quran claims in several places that Allah, according to you Muslims, Allah is all powerful. But apparently